We're tracking strong waves heading into our Wednesday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mackenzie Lake here with a look at our full Wednesday forecast. So let's talk about our current conditions as you're heading out the door. Santa Barbara Yacht Club camera showing that we have some pretty high tides early this morning, and a lot of those waves were crashing into the beach. We do have those areas of high surf and some very dangerous swells expected for those areas north of Point Conception. You can see it's 10 to 14 foot waves there. This has been extended by the National Weather Service. This is a very typical pattern when we have a lot of activity up in the Pacific Northwest. That draws in a lot of energy for our west-facing beaches, so I wouldn't be surprised if this high surf advisory was extended as we have more active weather in the later term here. Let's go ahead and talk about our frost advisory as well. It is a cool morning as you're heading out the door. This is in effect for the Santa Ynez Valley, Coyama Valley, and Ojai Valley as well. This will be allowed to drop off by 9 o'clock in the morning. That's when temperatures should be starting to rise. And it's Wednesday, it's the middle of the work week, but it is the warmest day on tap. So take a look at temperatures. We're back up into the 70s here in Santa Barbara, mostly sunny skies, a picture perfect day. Really couldn't ask for a better day on tap here for the Central Coast, but don't get used to those sunny skies and calm conditions because again, we're mentioning that this big storm system, it's already impacting the Pacific Northwest and it's headed right for the Central Coast. So take a look at infrared satellite here. You can see that big plume of moisture starting to pack a punch all the way through the Pacific Northwest here. And behind this system, we have a lot of cloud coverage there. A lot of those clouds are cumulonimbus clouds, so that means we have some very cold and Arctic air and very unsettled air behind this system. Again, that's headed for the Central Coast into our Thursday and Friday. So let's map things out here. The system starts to break apart and fall apart as it heads towards the Central Coast. So the system's going to run into a wall of warm and dry air, and then it's going to become a little bit more moisture starved. So we're not expecting major impacts as far as rainfall here, but we could see rainfall as early as Thursday afternoon and overnight. And then of course Friday we're expecting to see some spottier showers moving through the region, drying out a little bit into our Saturday afternoon, and then looking to be mainly dry into our Sunday as well. So with this system, we're tracking overcast skies, some gusty winds as well. I wouldn't be surprised if a few watches and warnings went into effect here, but I do think this system is going to be very similar to what we saw on Monday. So most of our northern communities receiving about a tenth or so of an inch of rainfall. These models have really backed off. We were expecting to see about a quarter of an inch, but again, models are showing the system looks to be a little bit more moisture starved, but the system is very, very cold, so we're expecting some snowfall with it as well. I've had some people asking what the snowfall outlook is going to be like this winter, and of course, if they should buy some icon passes. We'll take a look here. We had some of the owners from China Peak and Mountain High actually email us yesterday. They mentioned that they've received their first snow of the season Monday night, and those accumulations were pretty impressive, 5 to 7 inches there. They're expecting great projections for the end of the month of November there, and then this might be one of the earliest openings ever recorded at China Peak or Mountain High. That date could be around November 23rd, but we'll keep you updated here. Let's go ahead and talk about our Wednesday. So again, couldn't ask for a better day on tap. Each microclimate warming back up into the 60s and 70s. We're a little bit above average for this time in November, but you can see, of course, as soon as the sun starts to set, those temperatures fall rapidly. We're going to get back down into the 30s for some inland areas, 40s and lower 50s for the coastline here. So it is another chilly night here, but make sure to get outside, take advantage of all these sunny skies here before that cold front moves through, dropping temperatures.